What your friends tell me is true. You already know I fancy you.
Easy.
And if what your friends tell me is true, I don't have a chance with you. And yeah, whatever. I know you could do so much better than me. And you're a girl and I'll never get you, 'cause basically you're just too fit for me. And when the sun comes up to start my day, I get so scared and I don't know what to say. I'm listening to Elton John. It's a little bit funny. You're always in my mind, in your song. And when the sun comes up and I open my eyes, you're the one I think of, the girl that makes me smile. And then the day goes on and you come my way. I get so scared and I don't know what to say. If what my heart tells me is true, basically you're beautiful. Please leave your message after the tone. And if what my heart tells me is true, basically you're wonderful. And yeah, whatever. I know you could do so much better than me. And I'm a boy you'd never have, 'cause basically you're far too good for me. And when the sun comes up to start my day, I get so scared and I don't know what to say. I'm listening to Elton John. You're always on my mind, in your song. And when the sun comes up and I open my eyes, you're the girl I think of, the one that makes me smile, yeah. And then the day goes on and you come my way. I get so scared and I don't know what to say. If what my heart tells me is true, basically you're beautiful.
That's No Picture Policy. That's a song called Doubles. What a great song. I love that. I play it all the time. Good morning, Gerald Michael Alderson here. The number to ring if you want to contact this programme, because after all, this programme is for you. It's 08459. How sincere was that? 08459 55. What's the point of me being here if you don't take part? 08459 555 678. The email address is jerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk. And I know it's a bit fast, but you have to be quick. The text messaging service is 81771. I'm going through some of the messages here. This is my birthday today. Thank you. I'm just going through. I'm separating the good wishes from the abuse. It may take some time. Happy 67th birthday. Oh, I don't know. I'll never see it. I hope you have given your Zimmer frame a winter service, including antifreeze, and of course, since you have a turbo methane model, in order to make your way around the steep hills of the Maiden City. Yes, it is powered entirely by methane, self-propelled. Maiden City, Walled City, Stroke City, and at last Legendary, or not least Londonderry. I suggest you check the exhaust valves to ensure there are no blockages and the system is running freely, and that the sticker saying "Sponsored by Radio Ulster" has not fallen off, and that it is clearly visible. Otherwise, you could be fined by the authorities, or the wee red men who run around and make people pay for parking. Dear Mr. Anderson, I must reiterate, and indeed mention that I am most annoyed, nay, dismayed at your inability to identify the poem what I sent in last week, reinterpreting the classic playground verse, "Wee Willie's lost his Marley, down by the Linfield Road. This illustrates your deep and profound shallowness. Well, I've never denied my shallowness. Sometimes I've accentuated it, but I've never denied it. I've pasted my Nobel Prize version below to jog your memory. Diminutive William appears to have mislaid and indeed misplaced his spherical glass plaything in the vicinity of the Linfield thoroughfare. To date, I do not seem to have received a trophy or indeed a cheque. This kind of thing tends to upset my daily routine because if I don't receive a trophy or a cheque in the Morning Post, I tend to get rather moody and worry that people think I'm a fraud. Continue on, he says, and indeed, I may reiterate, if I may paraphrase, proceed.
Slipping away. I know you heard, I hear what you say. I've been waiting a long, long time. All I do is hear you whine. Get up, get over it. Get up, rise up, get up and get over it. Live as you choose. Change the song, stop singing the blues. With all the troubles we've all been down, I'm not waiting with you to drown. Get up, get over it. Get up, rise up, get up and get over it. Misery's got a friend in you. Above the clouds, the skies are blue. Just another dog with a bone. Got your own exclusion zone. Get up, get over it. Get up, rise up, get up and get over it. Get up, get over it. Get up, rise up, get up and get over it.
That's the Dolly Birds. That's their new. It's probably an EP, I suppose you would call it. That's called "Get Over It." They're very good. They, of course, recorded "Broken Doll," which I play on this program all the time. More messages. Would you please play the Carpenters and Oasis singing that little mashup thing? People like that, or they don't. We've only just begun. Carpenters' Wonderwall. It's a combination of Wonderwall. We've only just begun. I'll play that later. Good music today. A lot of live music. Tara Hoy, a young singer who I featured on a demo in this program, and a lot of people reacted very favourably to it. So she's coming in to sing a couple of songs. But later on after the news, Bronagh Gallagher, actress, singer, is going to talk about her new album. That's going to perform live. So I'm looking forward to that today. I'll hardly anything at all to do today. Just kind of sit back. Great show yesterday, Kit. Of course, today is the counting for the Southern election. or as they say, the president what is elected down there, as Mark McGuinness said, down there, as opposed to up here. Great show yesterday, kid. Would-be Irish President Sean Gallagher listened to the great show in his peat bunker whilst throwing darts at a photograph of Martin McGuinness. Wizened Leprechaun, Senator Stephen Norris and matronly Dana held hands and sang all kinds of everything to a bemused man and his dog in Ballydehob Town Square. What the other candidates did, I don't know. I've no wish to know. When old Geordie got the bum's rush the other day, was he, as a newt? I said, high as a kite and full as a poe. I cannot comment upon the state of the telephonic communicators. What a shame to see a great and beautiful mind brought so low by early morning cooking sherry. Has he no control at all? Apparently not, but he was much better yesterday. Not where cooking sherry or his bladder is concerned, I replied. Old Geordie gets up very early, feeds the livestock, lights the fire, sits staring out the window, the bare trees, the grey sky. The desolate landscape silently scream, have a wee drink. One wee drink won't do you any harm. As people used to say in the 18th century, when the clouds hang heavy over Ireland, the landed gentry take to the bottle. And soon old Geordie is dancing a jig and singing a Pecker Dunn song, wiping away the cares of a grey murky day. Tommy wiped his dirty hands on my tongue and said, I hate to see a good man go bad. We must do something. We must hold an intervention, live on the Gerry Anderson Show. Back to that, I said. What a great idea. Gerry, Sean, Ken, Emma, and the Loch Bricknan Fire Brigade will tell Geordie how much they love him. We love you. Why are you destroying yourself with cooking sherry? Come on, come join us. Take that bottle away. Sit down and beg him on bended elbows to put that cork back in the sherry bottle. I will cater the event, yelled Tommy. I'll serve up a running buffet on the back of a running Rottweiler. Set and match, I cried. Geordie will collapse in the blubbering heap and promise never to drink again. Stall the wedding, yelled Tommy. What beverages does one serve with an intervention? Thank goodness you remembered, I shrieked. Stout! Run to the off-license and get 6 bottles of stout, 4 bottles of Black Bush, 6 bottles of vodka, 12 bottles of sherry and a small bottle of pineapple juice for Emma. What an intervention this is going to be. I can see stomach pumps and intensive care being involved before this intervention is over. I'm quite breathless after that, I have to say.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. We've only begun. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now, about you now, about you now. And yes, we've just begun.
Sharing horizons that are new to us, watching the signs along the way.
Be the day, but they'll never throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now, about you now, about you now. And yes, we've just begun.
Sharing horizons that are new to us, watching the signs along the way. is Mr. Snow, and an upstanding man is he. He comes home every night in his round bottom boat with a net full of herring from the sea. An almost perfect beau, as refined as a girl could wish. But he spends so much time in his round bottom boat that he can't seem to lose the smell of fish. The first time he kissed me, the whiff of his clothes knocked me flat on the floor of the room. But now that I love him, my heart's in my nose, and fish is my favorite perfume. Last night he spoke quite low, and a fair-spoken man is he. And he said, Miss Pipperidge, I'd like it fine if I could be wed with a wife. And indeed, Miss Pipperidge, if you'd be mine, I'll be yours for the rest of my life. Next moment we were promised, and now my mind's in a maze, for all it can do is look forward to that wonderful day of days. When I marry Mr. Snow, the flowers will be buzzing with a hum of bees. The birds will make a racket in the churchyard trees. When I marry Mr. Snow, then it's off to home we'll go, and both of us will look a little dreamy-eyed, a-driving to a cottage by the ocean side, where the salty breezes blow. He'll carry me across the threshold, and I'll be as meek as a lamb. Then he'll set me on my feet, and I'll sing kind of sweet. Well, Mr. Snow, here I am. Then I'll kiss him so he'll know that everything'll be as right can be, a-living in a cottage by the sea with me. For I love that Mr. Snow, that young seafarer and bold and daring, big be-whiskered, overbearing, darling Mr. Snow.
That's Margaret Keys, singer from Derry, Stoke Londonderry, and she's been in this programme before, and she's coming in just before Christmas to have a special kind of a Christmas sing-along, I suppose. Well, not sing-along, no, that's the wrong word. I'm sorry about that, but she's going to come in to do some lovely music just before Christmas. Speaking of lovely music, as a young lady, I played her music on this show a while back. Her name is Tara Hoy, and she's come into the studio. Hello, Tara, how are you?
Good morning.
Thank you for
Very
coming
well.
in.
My pleasure.
Every once in a while you get a really strong reaction from some music, especially new music that you play in this programme. It's very rare
Okay.
that you get a strong reaction because people don't care what you play. But every once in a while, and we get a very, very strong reaction from people who thought that what you did was lovely. And this
Great,
is,
that's good
these
news.
are your own songs.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, tell me a bit about
Write them
yourself.
myself. Bit about myself. Well, I'm 25, but I look 16. So
You
you,
do
tell me
indeed,
anyway.
Which I look 42, and it's my Thank you for the birthday card, by the way.
Yeah, I thought we'd get
Thank
you
you
one.
very
I was
much.
going to get you a cake, but I thought, with this marathon coming up, maybe not the best.
I'll just give me a chocolate eclair.
I know. No, a bit about myself, let's see. Well, songwriting is not something that I kind of grew up doing, or even music. Like, our family's not musical.
All right.
So almost the past kind of 3 years, I just, through my own experiences and things, that I talk to people, and I would just have these kind of choruses and verses in my mind almost. And it took probably 6 months for me to figure out they were actually songs, because I couldn't play an instrument. So I would be recording them into my phone and stuff, just singing and feeling a bit like wick almost. If someone hears me, I'm going to be really embarrassed. The first song I ever had, I went to someone and said, can you put some chords to this, and just sang it to her. And she was like, I think that is a song, you know. And I was like, okay, well, maybe that's what I do then. Maybe I am a songwriter. So
you're an accidental songwriter.
Well, I don't believe in accidents, but it's not something that I planned, that's for sure. It's just, you know, I love it. I really enjoy it, and I think...
Where are you from? Are you from Belfast, or where are you from?
Ballymena.
From Ballymena.
Mm-hmm.
Well done. Yeah. It's not easy to be from Ballymena.
You survived it. You did well.
You did very well. Well, will you do something? Well, we were a wee bit late getting started today, but what I will do, if you don't mind, I want you to do a couple.
Okay.
I don't want to rush you, but will you stay on after the news and do one more?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because we should have been started about 20 to 11, but these people, they don't know how anything works.
Oh, I don't believe that.
I've trained these people. Still, they can't get into their head. No, it's all right. I'm only joking. We're just late getting started. Tell me about this wee song. You can do whatever you like.
This song's called Tick Tick Tock.
Okay.
Now, it's maybe a bit controversial. Well, it's about time not being a healer. And it's through a song that was kind of from my own pain and from someone that I was speaking to. Something really traumatic had happened to them like 25 years before. And I came away from them and I thought, you know, time isn't a healer, because this person had said to me that they were exactly the same as 25 years before. And I thought, you know, that's not right. How often do we say, oh, time's a healer? And I thought, yes, things can happen in time. Time can reveal things, and in relationships you can be healed. But something didn't lie right. And I got home and I was walking around the kitchen and I just heard this. They say that time's a healer. Yeah. I think my watch has stopped. I thought, whoa, that's real, you know. And it was just that, the reality of, I don't want to say that anymore. So the demo that I sent you is missing a verse. So this is the full song. And
you've just done demos. You haven't.
Oh yeah, in my room as well. I mean, I didn't really expect you to play those.
I thought they were great.
I sent them in, and I was like, I wonder if Gerry got those. And then I got a phone call. You're on the radio. And I thought, oh, he must have got them.
No, they were exceptional. I mean, it's just you. It's just you in your bedroom. I mean, God knows what you'd be like if you're in your studio.
Well,
and I hope you will.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I can see that in the right time, and it will. You know, maybe I am ready. I'm not sure.
But look at you. You're beautiful. I mean, you're born. Okay. You should be on television singing your songs.
You think so?
Oh yeah. I'm telling people out there, get this girl on right away.
Okay.
Anyway, here, sing us a wee song. Sing us Tick Tock.
I'll sing you Tick Tick Tock. Okay. They say that time's a healer. I think my watch has stopped. My heart just keeps on bleeding when I watch the clock. The hands go round and round. How I hate that sound of round and round and round, and round and round and round. Tick tick tock, I feel no better. Tick tick tock does me no good. Tick tick tock, I feel no better. Tick tick tock, they said I would. The numbers start to change. I still feel the same. Digits rearrange. Cannot take my pain. Here it has remained. Here it has remained. Tick tick tock, I feel no better. Tick tick tock does me no good. Tick tick tock, I feel no better. Tick tick tock, they said first place. No, I won't win first place. Tick, tick, tock, tick, tick. Tick, tick, tock, tick, tick. Tick, tick, tock does me no good. Tick, tick, tock, tick, tick. Tick, tick, tock, they said it would. Ticking through my fingers. Yet all this pain just lingers. Tick, tick, tock, tick, tick. Tick, tick, tock does me no good. Tick, tick, tock, they said it would.
That's really nice. You know, what can I say? That's just about as good as it gets, isn't it? That's really good. That's lovely.
Thank you.
And do you do any gigs at all? Do you?
Gigs, if you mean fundraisers, yes.
No, do you do any gigs for money? I mean, do you
I
appear
have
anywhere?
not yet, no.
You have never appeared live?
I've appeared live, but not for money.
But that's the only... what was Dr. Johnson said? No woman ever appeared live for any other reason except for money.
Oh, I have.
No, seriously, you would do charity things,
I do
that kind of thing?
fundraisers. I was at the Playhouse in Derry, London Derry
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Doing a fundraiser. A friend of mine was going to Africa,
Uh-huh.
and I would do whatever I'm asked. Pretty much, I kind of wanted to know whether this is what I was meant to do, and I said, okay, well, I'll go wherever I'm asked, and I've always ended up doing something.
Well, I'd be very surprised if somebody didn't ask you to do some stuff after hearing you today. Do you know what would be good for you if you would maybe support somebody like Brian Kennedy or somebody like that?
He's one of my favourites.
You see,
He really
that's
is.
what you should start off doing, because you're not used to doing gigs, right?
Yep,
That would be a great
absolutely.
way to start, because when you open for somebody like that, they're on your side,
Yeah,
and
you're
there's no
right.
pressure on you. You should start, but I can't see you singing in a pub.
Really? I have done as well.
You've no shame.
No
Listen,
shame.
will you stay with us?
I will, of course.
And because I want to hear you, because people are ringing in already.
Absolutely,
And
I'll stay.
they really like you, and I want you to do another song after the news. This is very unusual. I never do this, but we can't let you go because
Okay,
you're
great.
special. Okay, back after the news.
On 92 to 95 FM,
and 1341 medium wave.
this is BBC Radio Ulster.
And with the news at 11 o'clock, this is Anne-Marie Foster. The counting of votes in the Republic's presidential election has started. Early indications are that Michael D. Higgins may top the poll. The results of the first stage of the count should be in by early evening, but a final result is not expected until tomorrow. From Dublin, Jennifer O'Leary reports.
Some 11% of boxes for just 6 constituencies in Dublin are now open. The early tallies put Michael D. Higgins ahead of Sean Gallagher by a ratio of almost 2-1, a trend that is also emerging in other parts of the country. Martin McGuinness is putting in a strong performance, almost matching Sean Gallagher's first preference votes in at least 2 areas of Dublin.
Gardaí are to deploy armed patrols along the Donegal border from tonight to curb an increase in cross-border crime. Gardaí believe 2 highly organised criminal gangs travelling from Limerick and Dublin are behind a number of thefts and burglaries. Donegal Senator Jimmy Hart says Gardaí want to show they're serious about tackling the problem.
There's gangs coming into Donegal from other parts of the country to do robberies. So I think first of all it's a notice that the Gardaí are serious about this, and secondly that they have the facilities and the backup to carry out these on-the-run Garda operations.
Queen's University scientists have helped prove that taking aspirin halves the risk of developing hereditary cancers, such as bowel and womb cancer. The decade-long study, funded by Cancer Research, involved 16 countries. The Ormeau Baths Gallery in Belfast has closed. The board says it had no option after it failed to raise extra sponsorship for its costs. The gallery was known for its contemporary art exhibitions and showed works by artists such as Gilbert and George and Yoko Ono. Martin Bradley is on the board of directors.
We're all quite gutted at the fact that we've got to this stage now, and it's also, you know, we had employed 4 people here as well, so it's a sad day for the individuals who have been putting so much effort in over the last few years. And I think it's a sad day in terms of the closure of the gallery and the loss of the space for art.
On the microphone.
Sport now with Nikki Gregg.
Ireland have made a storming start to the International Rules Series, leading Australia by 50 points to 23 in the first test in Melbourne. They're approaching the end of the third quarter. Rory McIlroy has extended his lead at golf's Shanghai Masters to 2 shots, following a 3 under par 69 in his second round. 3 bogeys and a double bogey have seen Paul Cutler fall back to 9 over par at the Andalusia Masters. McLaren's Lewis Hamilton has been handed a 3-place grid penalty at the Indian Grand Prix for ignoring yellow flags during the opening practice session. The organisers have confirmed that next year's Northwest 200 will be held from the 16th to the 19th of May.
And the weather forecast, here's Barra Best.
The winds may be picking up a little, but it's bright, sunny and dry at the moment as temperatures climb to around 12 degrees. Cloud will drift in from the west from around lunchtime, bringing patchy rain, but it'll be evening time before it reaches parts of the southeast. This evening the winds will be strong enough for some gales and rain will become more persistent, especially across Antrim and Down, with up to 30 millimetres in places.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel news.
In Belfast, Fountainville Avenue remains closed following a serious assault last night, so please avoid the area. In Lisburn, traffic is slow on the Saintfield Road from Union Bridge towards the M1 Saintfield Road roundabout. And if you're using the Strangford Ferry, a reminder that there's currently a weight restriction of 7.5 tonnes. Aileen Morna reporting.
Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster.
Thank you. Welcome back. Sarah Brett is here. Sarah, how are you?
I'm very well, Gerry. Lovely music today. Sounding
Thank you
really
very much indeed.
Lovely. Well, today on the programme we're going to be talking to the police officer who brought Robert Black to book for the murder of Jennifer Cardy. We're also going to be asking how many other victims of the serial killer are there. Also, have you seen the pictures of Angela Merkel today?
No, I haven't actually.
Well, the Greeks have got her all dressed up in Nazi regalia.
Lovely.
The pics are on posters all over the country, probably the most offensive thing that you could do to a German. So we're going to be talking about that. Yeah. And they're counting the votes, as if you didn't know, in the Irish presidential election. And Wendy's there.
Wendy.
Hi Sarah, hi Gerry.
Hi.
Yes, gorgeous day here in Dublin. We're outside the RDS at the moment. 4 of the counts taking place here. Dana's well behind. Not good news for Derry there, Gerry. Martin McGuinness polling pretty well, but Michael D. Higgins well ahead. He's 18, some cases 20% ahead in some of the constituencies here. Sean Gallagher needed to be 5% ahead. They reckon, the pollsters anyway, to be in with a good chance of winning the presidency. So it looks like it could be Michael D. I'll be talking to Tom Savage at 12, to Brendan Keenan, economics editor of the independent newspapers, and after 1, comedian Alan Short, who does a great takeoff of Michael D. So we could have the first presidential interview.
Okay, Wendy, thanks.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Wendy. And Gerry, thank you very much.
Okay, Sarah, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Get back to where you once belonged.
a mashup involving the Beatles and the Kinks. Tara Hoy is still with us. Tara, you're very self-assured. A lot of people, when they come in here, are very nervous, but you're not a bit nervous. You're very relaxed.
I am actually quite nervous in my voice, but maybe not.
No, you
That's
don't.
good.
No, you're not nervous at all. No.
Good.
You're going to sing us another wee song. Can I ask you something? Do you have any kind of a website? How do people can they access any of your music at all, or
No,
what?
that is a good question. You have all the music.
All the music that you have recorded, I have
in my
it.
room. You have it. So they'll have to get in touch with you.
Okay. Well, all we can say is just keep doing your stuff.
Keep doing it. I'll go wherever I'm asked. Put it that way. So.
And whenever you record stuff, whatever demos you do, send them to me, and I'll play them, and we'll get you on the road very quickly.
I do hope to get in a studio because one of the songs that I recorded, something went wrong with the equipment. It sounds like I'm on a tractor in the middle of the verse.
Well, maybe that's a good selling point,
Maybe.
This is Northern Ireland after all. Anything that sounds like
Good
you're on a
market.
tractor might sell.
Yeah.
No, but I can see you. I can see you doing really well. Honestly, you seem to have. I think you've got what it takes, and well done. And will you sing another wee one for us?
I will.
And afterwards, we're going to talk to a young lady who's got a special program coming up. I think it's tomorrow night, and we're going to feature live music, such as, and I'm sure you'll be on it. Will you sing another wee song for us?
I will.
Okay, tell me about this one.
This one is called When Love Found Her,
Okay.
and it's probably one of my oldest songs. I've played it a lot, and only recently have I got a middle verse for it. I just felt like it's about healing that comes through love, and I suppose it's a story of a girl or a woman who has been hurt in love, but there's a lover who wants to give to her rather than take, and it's all about that. And so the middle verse is the bridge between. It's about her caution and her fear to enter into love again, but how he's different than the rest. So that's the story behind this.
You're the best person ever come in here to explain their songs.
Really?
Because nobody can ever explain their songs. You say, what's it about? They go, za, ba, za, ba, ba. Then they just play it. You're very
Okay.
good at explaining it. Thank you.
It's mostly about the story. So
Exactly. So it's all about the words.
Yeah,
It's
it
the
is.
words, stupid.
Yeah.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
here you go. When love found her, she was cool, believing all she'd been told. Fear had shown the way, then it left her there to stay. But then she heard his voice saying, "Come to me, and I will warm you with the fire. Yes, I will warm you with the fire, 'cause I'm not like those other lovers. No, I'm not like those other lovers. I want to give, 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 give to you. There's a caution in her eyes, makes her want to run and hide. But in daring to believe, love is more than she perceives, and he can warm her with the fire. Yes, he can warm her with the fire, and he's not like those other lovers. No, he's not like those other lovers. He wants to give, 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 give to her.
So now she's not afraid of what may come her way, 'cause he has called her name, and now she's not the same, no, 'cause he has warmed her with the fire. Yes, he has warmed her with the fire, and he's not like those other lovers. No, he's not like those other lovers. He wants to give, 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 give to her.
That's Tara Hoy. Lovely. And you can see that this has been filmed at the moment. You can see that on our BBC website around about this time next week. It takes about a week to get the whole thing organised. But we can hear you again, if you like, on iPlayer all week. But you can see people want to see what you look like. They can see you next week on the BBC website. Just follow the links. Now, that was mixed, actually. Your music was mixed by one of our broadcasting engineers here, Niamh Costigan. And it's a good time for me to tell the people that there's a new programme coming up this Saturday night. Niamh, tell me what it's about.
It is about exactly what we just heard there. It's
Yeah.
about raw talent,
Yeah.
stripped back acoustic sessions, beautiful voices like Tara's.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
So all kinds of music, jazz, all kinds of stuff.
Yes, we've got some great jazz coming up. Kit Downs Trio, some classical music, Margaret Keys, who you just had earlier on.
Oh, yeah.
You did an excellent session with Rodney Crowell, that'll be on as well this Saturday. So you can look forward to that. Some of your sessions, Gerry, have made it in, believe it or not, actually.
Some of the people I've had in have been deemed good enough to go on. So that's the studio sessions. That's midnight this Saturday?
Yes.
That's going on for the next 2 months, right up until the 15th of December, just
That's
before
right,
Christmas.
yeah.
Well,
Some really great music.
All right,
to
then we look forward. What time does it start at?
It starts at midnight on Saturday night, so
It starts
technically
right.
Sunday morning. So, but Saturday night.
I'm the only person who can read midnight and then ask you what time it starts at. Okay, that's Niamh Costigan studio sessions. And Tara Hoy, thank you.
My
Thank you
pleasure.
very
Thank
much.
you
Will you
for
come in?
having me.
Will you come in again?
I will, certainly.
I want you to come in again because we need to hear you again. Bronagh Gallagher's coming up soon. You stay around, have a chat to Bronagh because she'll tell you all you need to know.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Gerry.
Thank you. Sorry about that, I took my foot off the pedal. Too busy chatting.
Once I was a boogie singer, playing in a rock and roll band. I never had no problems, yeah. Burning down the one-night stands and everything around me, yeah. Got to stop to feeling so low, and I decided quickly, yes I did, to just go down and check out the show. Yeah, they were dancing and singing and moving to the grooving. And just when it hit me, somebody turned around and
to not see I was the one behind. So still I kept on fighting. Well, losing every step of the way. Hey, what'd you do? I said I must go back there. I got to go back and check to see if things still the same. Yeah, they were dancing and singing and moving to the grooving. And just when it hit me, somebody turned around and shouted, play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music, white boy. Lay down the boogie and play that funky music till you die. Till you die, yeah. Oh, till you die. Call a place of electrified funky music, yeah. Now first it wasn't easy, changing rock and roll and minds. Yeah, things were getting shaky. Yeah, I thought I'd have to leave it behind. Oh, but now it's so much better. It's so much better. I'm funking out in every way, but I'll never lose that feeling. No, I won't. Of how I learned my lesson that day, when they were dancing and singing and moving to the grooving. And just when it hit me, somebody turned around and shouted, play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music, right. Play that funky music, white boy. Lay down the boogie and play that funky music till you die. Till you die, oh, till you die. Yeah, come on, play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music, right, yeah. Play that funky music. Come on, you better play it right. Lay down the boogie and play that funky music till you die.
that's a parcel of noise there. I'm not quite sure who that is, but I'll find out later. Lots of little messages here. Let me just see this. There are two people, you were talking about foreign language syndrome, Gerry. There are two people from here who obviously are suffering from it, Julian Simmons and Jackie Fullerton. What a cruel thing to say. And Gerry, could you please play something by a boy who passed away called Issy or something like that? Yeah, that was a New Zealand... Hawaiian? I forget, whatever it was. You played it yesterday and everybody was talking about it at work and I missed it. I'd love to hear it. Tell you what I'll do. I'll play another track. A lot of people have mentioned it to me, and I'll play another track from that album on Monday, and I'll give you all the details about that. Could I wish Gerry Anderson a happy birthday? Because it's mine as well. He's a Scorpion. I think you probably mean Scorpio. Could you please play Daisy Darling? Wish Gerry a happy birthday, thank you. The 28th of October would be my father's birthday, and he'd be 113 if he was alive. My youngest grandson, Mark James, was born on the same day, and he's 3 today. There you are, 110 years between that. I wish him many happy returns. Enjoying the show today, says Paddy from West Belfast. You and Geordie were highly praised at a gig in the Black Box the other day. John Darcy castigated a man who dared to ask who Geordie was. My God. These people. Bernie Ecclestone's birthday is today. Thanks very much. A short old man. Thank you very much. That first song you played was obnoxious. Thank you. Taking the most annoying Northern Ireland isms and putting them in a song. Yeah. So whatever. It'll work. For God's sake. Well, I'll have you know. I think that's brilliant. Today is my daughter's birthday. I've just heard you say it's also your birthday. I'm now going home to quiz her mother. I'm convinced that no foot of my loins could possibly share a birthday with you. God could not be so cruel. Thank you very much indeed. I am heartened by that, and I think maybe perhaps we could talk about this. Right, what can I say about Bronagh Gallagher? Bronagh, hello. Bronagh! She's walking down the street.
Happy birthday, baby.
Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate that.
86 today. You look amazing.
You're only saying that. That's because of my training. I'm honed to perfection. I'm fit as a butcher's dog.
I know you are. Mincing round Gerry in them shorts. You're as healthy as a trout. The doctor said to me one time, get out, you're as healthy as a trout.
Bronagh, what can I say about you? You've been in all these, look at these movies. Look, you're in For the Commitments, for God's sake, Pulp Fiction, Sherlock Holmes, Star Wars, The Phantom Menace, Divorcing Jack, Tamara Drew. Is there any movie that you haven't been in?
The Godfather, and I wish it was. That's a great movie.
You could have been the baby.
I could have been the baby, some baby I'd be. I always watch that film and I think I could be James Caan in that movie because it's the coolest part.
You shot at the toll station.
Aye, it's a brilliant film.
Listen, seriously though, what a career you've had, and you've two careers because you're also a singer.
Yeah.
You had an album in 2004, which did you win a Mercury Award? Were you up for one?
Did I? No, I didn't win it. I was nominated, yes, for the Mercury, yes.
But I mean, what a great achievement that. I mean, because you weren't known as a singer before.
No.
You just did this album called Precious Soul.
Yep.
And suddenly you're up there with all the greats.
Yep, it was fantastic, yeah.
That must have been a great encouragement for you.
It was. I mean, I was quite, I think I was quite shocked, really, because I just always obviously have loved music and made the record with close and dear friends. And then the next thing, it was nominated and Mojo reviewed it, and I loved it as well. Yeah, it was really great. Yeah,
I mean, you struck gold with your first album. I mean, that's almost impossible to do. I mean, especially when you're doing something else. I mean, you probably just did it as a, well, maybe as a way to pass the time because you enjoyed it, and then suddenly you discovered that, you know, people thought you were brilliant.
Well, I think like anything in life, Gerry, it's confidence, isn't it? And it's organising your time and getting yourself into a place in your life where you go, right, this is something I want to do. So it needs strategy, it needs organisation, it needs the confidence to do it, and, you know, put it into a plan. And that's what I did. And through encouragement of close friends and relatives, and, you know, you've lovely songs, and every time we'd be out having a session or travelling, you know, you sing a song. And it turned out I had maybe 10 or 12 songs, and I thought, right, maybe I should record them. So I did. I recorded them in London, and I've done the same with this new record now. So yeah, it's very exciting.
The new record is not out yet, but it's called...
The new record is not out yet. It's coming out in February, and I was going to try and maybe release it before Christmas, and I thought, no, just hold your horses, take it easy. It's something that's going to be out there forever. And I found after Precious Soul that when we played the records, when we played the songs live, they tended to grow and become stronger and again more confident in a different way, and I became more confident as a singer. So this time around I've decided, I've worked with what I can only describe as really my sort of dream band of, you know, 3 core musicians that I've adored for over 20 years as friends and as a fan at their work. And we're going to take the whole band with all the trimmings, the trumpets and the horns and the backing vocals and the organ out on the road next week, and we're going to do 3 shows in Ireland, and then we're going to go back into the studio with the information and the knowledge that we get from the live shows, which I think is really fundamental to making good records, is to get it out there. And basically...
So he has to lean over a double to say hello? BBC?
It's kind of early for that talk.
So these are all your own songs?
Yes, these are the new songs from, I suppose it's just going to be called Bronagh Gallagher, because it's my name, obviously, and it's...
I figured that was why you called it.
Yeah, you know, Bob Dylan. So I just thought, you know, there's no word really can put it all together, but it's basically, it's all of life and it's everything. So it's a sort of declaration of my journey in the last 8 years.
If your name had been Assumpta McGonigal, would you have used it as a title? Or Dempna Doherty?
Dempna Doherty, that's a good name. I don't know, I think you're given the name you're meant to give me. My name means 2 things. I love my name. My name is Bronagh, obviously, which is the child of sorrow, which you all can relate to.
Obviously, yeah.
Obviously, my mother was in labour for maybe 3 days with me, so I think that's why I was called the child of sorrow. Yeah. And after me, they thought, right, that will stop, it's all going downhill. And it also means warrior.
Oh.
Yeah. And Gallagher means foreign help, so I'm child of sorrow, warrior, foreign help.
So every time you go to Green Violet, your blood gets hot.
I do. I have a bit of a vibration up there. Run around in a suede cape with nothing else. Yeah, I love Green. And you know there's a sleeping army up there?
Yes,
sleeping army of ghosts, yeah.
You always want to storm the walls, don't you?
I do. I take all my foreign visitors up there. I mean, come on, it's unbelievable. I've actually got photographs of it in my phone that I show Americans. Oh my God, when did they build it? Can you buy it?
It's like somebody said to me about Giant's Causeway in America. Why did they build it all the way out here? Brother, let's get some sense here. When you sing one of your songs, tell me what it is.
This is a song about, I think it's parent guidance, parent love, and when the only wisdom that you sometimes need is the wisdom you've got from your parents. So this is about my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called I Fall Apart.
Excellent.
I should not be here. I fell once before. Show up like a child, always looking for more. The work must be done. All the pain takes a wheel. There's no bed for you here. Only mine, it's too weak. I fall apart, dear. It's my worrying heart, dear. Father's hands to the rescue. Shoulders strong, so I take to the streets. You take to the seas. It hurts hearing your name. Find it hard not to breathe. Then you come to my bridge and you tell me your news. Are you talking to? What the hell can I do? I fall apart, dear, it's my worrying heart, dear, Father's hands to the rescue. Shoulder strong, I fall apart, dear, it's my worrying heart, dear, Father's hands to the rescue. Shoulder strong. Well, the only way out is you gotta go through. If you're ready now, boy, then I'm ready now too. Wanna sit up the front and you can drive me around, and then you give me that look, take me home, lay me down. I fall apart, dear, it's my worrying heart, dear, Father's hands to the rescue. Shoulder strong, I fall apart, dear, it's my worrying heart, dear, Father's hands to the rescue. Shoulder strong, shoulder strong, shoulder strong.
That's a lovely song.
Thanks very much, Gerry.
Your songwriting has really come on. I'm not saying that Precious Soul wasn't good, but it's kind of different now. Different type of thing. You progressed.
I worked hard. I mean, Connor and myself have worked very hard in the last year, and Connor's been an amazing teacher, and as always, they listen to his work and they work with him. But, you know, we're both fans of very, very similar artists. You know, I love Emmylou Harris, I love all the country stars, Hank, all the main men, Johnny Cash, Dolly Parton. And Connor was keep saying to me, you know, go back and listen to what you love, you know, think about this, where it's going, you know, take your voice here. So I was very well guided as well. But some of them, you know, yeah, they just fall out of the
I think it'll do
fall
really
out of
well.
the sky.
It'll do really well.
You know, I feel I think things just happen at the right time in people's lives, Jerry. We think with artists it's difficult because there's a constant pressure to be productive, to be prolific. And sometimes you hear about people's writer's block or, you know, all these kind of things. And it must be very, very frustrating if you have to sit in a room with executives and they want another record or they want you to produce a good that, you know, in your soul, it's just not there yet. So I was never under that pressure because it's my own independent company that I run, my sister Louise and I and my brother Paul. So, you know, now it's a case of, well, I've collected these songs again over the last 7 years and now I'm ready. So they have got stronger and I suppose I've just got, you know, more experienced. I
remember talking to you before. You were a drummer.
Yeah, I'm still a drummer.
But then you had to come out front, you see, and it's very difficult to come out. We talked about this before. Maybe you could. Are you any better at that now? Because I was surprised. I saw you one night, and you came out in front. It's very difficult to stand out in front if you've been a drummer and become the lead singer. Are you comfortable with that now? I
am. I mean, I've played a lot the last year. Since I've been back home, on and off, and myself and Paul Casey, who's a dear friend of mine, have worked a lot on Liam, Brad and Nicky. You know, we have great vibe doing songs and working stuff out. And I mean, I love playing the drums, and I'd love if somebody would give me a job to play in a band as a drummer. I mean, obviously, you know, Phil Rudd, if he ever leaves AC/DC, that's the kind of band I'd love to be in. So I think, at some stage be a drummer in a band for the crack. But
How would you like to do a movie where you're a drummer in a girl band?
That's very true. I could do that as well, couldn't I? The Peppermints.
Hey,
I'd be the
would that be
girl in the
great?
Peppermints. Oh, stop.
What about your movie career, your acting career? I mean, what are you doing anything at the moment? I know you're probably doing all kinds of stuff, but anything exciting?
Yeah,
that
I've been
you're doing
very
coming up?
busy this year, which has been great, and I've been able to make me record because of it. I just finished a movie. Well, I have 2 movies we did this year. The Albert Nobbs film, which is a beautiful.
That's the one with what do you call her?
Glenn Close.
Glenn Close.
Yeah.
What's she like? Do you meet
She's
her?
gorgeous.
She plays a part of a man.
She's a little man, and I mean, she's a tiny lady. I was quite surprised. I thought she was going to be sort of quite tall. But she plays a man in the movie, but she's obviously a woman.
Yeah.
And she disguised herself as a man in order to protect herself against a very bad bullying that she was getting as a child in the workhouses. So she dressed up as a little boy, and then of course she had to maintain this identity. So she's incredibly clever prosthetics of this nose and very tiny little ear prosthetics that do transform her. It's incredible. And it was all these amazing Irish makeup artists that worked in it. And their work was incredible. So she came running towards me on the set because I arrived, the movie had already started, and I arrived for a costume fitting and the hair fitting and that, sort of standard stuff. And this little man in a warm jacket, so I didn't see the actual period costume. Bronagh comes running towards me. I go, who's that funny wee man coming towards me? I thought, oh, what's his name? I must know him. And I didn't know who it was. Then as she got close, it was the eyes. And I thought, oh my goodness, it's Glenn Close. I was like, oh, hello, Glenn. Bronagh! And I was like, oh my God, it's Glenn Close. Because I adore her. And she took me into the trailer and sat me down and got me a cup of tea and started chatting away, and just absolutely down to earth. Lovely, lovely woman.
She's been trying to get all that on the screen for decades.
She has, she really has.
It's her pet project.
It's been her pet project. So, I mean, fingers crossed. I really feel there's a bit of a gold trophy
Oscar
on the
talk.
back. Yeah,
There's Oscar talk about that.
I feel there is, and Janet McTeer also plays the other partner, who I'm her wife of.
Oh,
and it's an amazing.
Yeah, you see, there's also a supporting actress.
Yes.
I saw you in a great thing with Julius Stevenson a while back.
Oh, The Accused, the Jimmy
love
McGovern
that.
series. He's amazing, Jimmy McGovern.
Oh,
anyway, it was a great show, wasn't it?
But you look at all the stuff you're doing. We could sit here and talk all day, but you're here to sing.
We're here to sing.
Do another wee one for us and tell us about this one.
This one is a song I wrote on Valentine's Day this year, and it's about a boy who said he'd ring and he never rang. And I got really kind of like, oh, Valentine's Day, how depressing. Again, here we are. And I decided I would, I volunteered to look after my 2 dear friends, Kieran and Maria Doyle Kennedy's young 3-year-old man.
Maria Doyle Kennedy, who recently was in Downton Abbey.
She was playing
Did
a bad
you see
rip.
her?
I didn't, but she's my dear friend. But
Bad
I will see it.
article.
I was working, she's a bad rip in it, which she's not in real life. But
she was the real wife of the, what do you call your, I can't remember the character. What do you call that character? The real dull guy who's in love with her. I don't know anybody's name.
But apparently she was fantastic
She was
in it.
horrible.
Oh, she's great.
Brendan Coyle.
That's right.
Brendan Coyle. She was an old bitch in it.
What?
So she was.
She's just a really good actress. She's not a bad stuff. So I was looking after little Salvador, and the phone call never came, and I thought, okay, Bronagh, I'm allowing myself 20 minutes to be upset about this. And I had this little man looking up at me, and he's only 3, and he kept saying, if I be the blue Power Ranger, will you be the red Power Ranger? And that's all he said the whole one. If I'm the blue one, would you be the red one? So I just thought, okay, we'll get the red cape on. And I just stood there, and I thought 20 minutes later, started laughing at myself, and I thought, make it into something positive. So I wrote this song.
Right.
So this is for Salvador. You could be anywhere on a different time to the clock I stare, packing up your hotel room, getting things like I know you do. You might be looking through photographs of me and you. You could be in someone's arms, in my place to speak like this. Baby, make a move on me, just a little one that I can see. 'Cause this time it don't come from me. I'm trying to be a lady. You could have anyone. These are busy days and I for one, I don't want to cause no trouble here. I'm just telling you the coast is clear. 'Cause I fell out with my man last night.
caught me staring at my telephone. 'Cause you said you'd ring when you got home. Baby, make a move on me. Just a little one that I can't see. 'Cause this time it don't come from me. I'm trying to be a lady. Oh, baby, just a note, that's all. You don't even have to telephone call. And I can meet you back where we left off. You can be my baby. Your name's in lights. You look so right. Be mine tonight. Just squeeze me right. Now you got me holding on. My heart is beating mighty strong. I'm thinking of you night and day. And this dream just won't fade away. Something about the jeans you wear, where your hand goes through your hair. I want you now all to myself. Want you now and no one else. Baby, make a move on me. Just a little one that I can see. This time it don't come from me. I'm trying to be a lady. Oh, 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 baby, just to know that's all. You don't even have to telephone call. Oh, I'll meet you back when we left off, and you can be my baby. Oh, 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 baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, 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 baby. Oh, baby.
Excellent. Excellent. So we can see you in the band, and Connor, yourself, and the full band, I imagine.
Full band, all the gear. Graham Hopkins, the wonderful Graham, who plays with my dear friend Glenn Hansard's band, The Frames, and the Swell Season, and wonderful Claire Kenny, who's just landed now in our beautiful shores from London town. We're going to pick her up at the Harryport. And my dear friend Shelley Buckspan, and we've got Michael Buckley on sax and Ronan Dooney on horns, and my lovely cousin Keelan McLaughlin's going to get up and play a bit of Hammond. It's really exciting, yeah. We're in Derry next Wednesday, the 2nd of November in Sandino's.
Sandino's on the 2nd, which
Yeah.
is a Wednesday, I
It's a
assume.
Wednesday, yeah.
And then the Oh Yeah Centre.
The Oh Yeah here in beautiful Belfast on the Thursday, the 3rd.
Whelan's in Dublin on November
Whelan's
4th.
on, November 4th, Whelan's, yeah.
And let me just say that people can get tickets. There's a website here. There's two websites. WeGotTickets.com.
For the North shows.
Yes, for the northern shows.
The northern
And
shows.
BronaghGallagher.com, that's your website. Does it have to be a big B and a big G? Does it?
No, it's all small cases.
All small cases.
Yeah.
See, it's here it's big letters. WeGotTickets.com and BronaghGallagher.com.
And then Whelan'sLive.com for the Whelan show. Or you can just get tickets at the door.
And not only that, but you've been on Radio Ulster as well, for God's sake.
Yeah, you
your
better
series.
watch that seat, Gerry, because I tell you, the feedback was phenomenal. I was the after midnight slot. It was like Santa every day, because I was just told to come on with my 2 suitcases of records, and I got to play all the music that I love. And you know what it's like? You're just in heaven.
That's what I do every day.
I know. It was amazing. And I mean, just
It's
so,
good, isn't it?
you know, you just feel I'm not a mad person after all, because I just love records, and that's all I ever do is listen to records. So do you actually get the chance to share it with people? And
yeah, people don't realise how good that is. It's like it's the same feeling when you have a good record and you have a friend and they come into your house. Say, "What do you hear this? You'll love this."
I know.
It's like doing it with like thousands of people. In my case, hundreds of people.
And people got turned on to stuff. And you know, a lot of these soul artists, you know, the music industry is such a fickle, funny world. A lot of these soul artists no one knows about, and they wrote these songs. So every
That's right.
time you play it, you're putting money in their pocket as well, which I love. And
That's
I mean,
right.
I'm given records by guys that I love, a lot of the musicians and record shop owners in London, and these wee, complete little moguls about soul and reggae and blues.
Yeah.
And once I get it, I'm like, right, just spread it around. So I know what I'm getting everybody for Christmas now.
Don't be talking to Ralph McLean, whatever you do, you'll never get away.
No.
Ralph's great.
He's
knows
like one of the
everything.
tribe, isn't he? He's like the fellow Martian. Yes.
Ralph knows everything.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Now, the last time I was talking to you, you were with Angeline Ball and Andrew Strong. You were embarking on a tour.
Yeah.
What was that like? Well, with a commitment.
Have you seen Spinal Tap?
Yes.
Well, that's what it was like. Have you seen Some Kind of Monster, Metallica? That's what it was wonderful, and it was such a magical time.
Really?
I mean, it was chaotic and madness, and 10 musicians in the same room together, and we had a ball, didn't we, Connor? Fantastic. Connor played with us as well. Connor's the original guitar player that played on the Commitments records.
Did you? Were you, Connor? Did you? I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
But I mean, and people still they all turn. I mean, there's huge crowds. People still.
Well, Belfast was what, about 5,000?
14,000 in the O2.
And 14 in the O2 in Dublin. That's what was mind blowing.
They all paid in.
And they all paid in. It wasn't that incredible. I mean, I have never played to crowds that big, and you run away from the commitment sometimes because it's something everybody asks you about, but it's something I'm incredibly proud of to have been involved in, and I love the fact that people love it so much, and it is a wonderful feel-good film. But I don't think anything prepared us for that moment when we walked out on that stage to 15,000 or 14,500 people screaming. It was very special. It was a bit of a moment in my life.
Well, that tells you a lot about the movie, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're not going to get 15,000 people going along the movie that they've half forgotten.
Aye.
It's still alive.
Aye.
I know it's been great. See, but did you get the hunger when you're out before 15,000 people? Sometimes called the hunger. Once you get a taste of that, you just want
the
more.
buzz. Oh, I can completely see why it's addictive. Oh, absolutely. I think it's the. I mean, I kind of stood there on the stage and I kind of thought to myself, oh my goodness. I think because ultimately, you have to look at it in a way that there's 14,500 people in the one room.
That's right.
All in good form.
That's right.
And that's what's so powerful about it.
And you can do no wrong.
You can do no wrong.
No.
And I think that's why there's, pivotal moments in rock and roll history, and they constantly refuel that in people's lives. When you see Freddie Mercury in Live Aid, Radio Gaga, and that to me changed stadium rock and roll. I mean, obviously there's the greats, but at that stage of our life, it was the first time I'd ever seen, obviously, a concert that big.
Mm-hmm.
And people watch that DVD again and again because they know that moment changed their life and said them.
Right.
And it, made Freddie iconic. Not that he wasn't already, but it is addictive. Yeah, it is addictive completely.
And did you get that thing after you couldn't sleep at night?
I've got that thing at the minute to keep me at 4:30 in the morning going ding like Bart Simpson.
If you do a big concert, I don't know what it's like, but I've talked to people who've done it. You play to 20 or 30, 15, 20, 30,000 people, and you're out, and there's such a buzz, like, you can't sleep. And that's when you start going drinky poos.
No, do you know what I found though? I found over the years, I love yoga. And yoga is all about your breathing,
right,
and it's about your breath. And if you move around a lot like I do, and Connor nicknamed me the other day the international bag lady, because I will always have 3 or 4 cases on the go. But that's my job. That's what I do. And I always found in my business, I was more from the theatre background. There is that loop where people get into that, or you have to go for the few drinks afterwards. I don't. I go home and have a bath. Some cheap out, of course. No. I mean, cheap. I'm not saying, definitely when friends and over. But I genuinely, in order to maintain just your mental health, your sanity and your happiness, do that. But I could see why people would completely get into that, and you're straight onto a tour bus, and what are you going to do? But no, I would definitely be have a good night out, and that's great. But
suddenly it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and then you have to go somewhere, and then you get on the bus, and then suddenly you don't
bring it on, Gerry,
and then you're on again that night. Here, listen, look at the time it is. Will you do one more for us?
Of course we will, yeah.
And the album is called Bronagh Gallagher. It's not out yet, but it will be out.
Yeah,
and
we're just going to play a few gigs, and then we're going to go back to the studio, finish our mixes, and then we're going to get on that tour bus.
Wednesday, Sandino's in Derry. Thursday, the OES Centre in Belfast. And Friday. What is it? Wednesday, the Sandino's. Thursday, the OES Centre, and Friday, Whelan's in Dublin.
Great.
Is that it?
That's us. Thank you so
Bronagh,
much.
thank you very much.
Thank you for having us. Lovely to see you as always.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Words crack like a drive-by.
today. Dig deep, what's the worst you can say? Take all that you heard now and chop it up in your head. Then the playback kicks in, don't forget what you said. Here they go again, here they go again, here they go back to the start. Whoa, oh, oh. Here they go again, here they go again, here they go back to the start. Well, the flare has been lit, now they're coming for you. And the words that you speak, no one hears getting through. You've no reason to come now, send them away. Baby, most of the time it's just ourselves in the way. Here they go again, here they go again, here they go back to the start. Whoa, oh, oh. Here they go again, here they go again, here they go back to the start. Look to yourselves, not to anybody else. Try that away. Trust the journey and you'll find that you get your peace of mind. It's all okay. The only way out now is you gotta go through. If you're shouting at me, you won't be shouting for long. It takes every step to find yourself out the way. Baby, most of the time it's just ourselves in the way. Here they go again, here they go again, here they go back to the start. Oh, oh, oh. Here they go again, here they go again, here they go back to the start. Oh, oh, oh. Here they go again.
Thank you to Bronagh Gallagher. The music you hear now is Gay McIntyre, another man from Derry. A new album out which he just launched yesterday with the Linley Hamilton Quartet. Linley Hamilton, of course, well known to Radio Ulster listeners. That's Gay's new album, which is called The Music Within Me. I'll be playing more about that. I'll be playing that again during the course of the week. So I'll be back on Monday at 10:30. So in the meantime, look after yourselves. Goodbye. Thank you to Tara Hoy and especially Bronagh Gallagher and Conor Brady.